in EPT Korea 124. Dark bopped Byun harder than I have ever seen. It was a 13-minute series in best of 5 ZVT, which never happens. But now Byun is back in the finals in the North American version. Let's see if he can go and get his revenge against different players. Sure, against herO, not Dark, but if he can snatch another one of those victories here in the early seasons of EPT. But folks, if you like what I do here, before we get too much into this, I produce one video. I upload one video to YouTube every day, every other day, depending on other obligations in 4K. So you should make sure to subscribe if you do value that content. And also, I stream on Twitch every Monday, EPT North America, every Saturday, EPT Korea. And I have a show match series that'll be starting up around 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays once we do get things finalized and things slow down from DreamHack a little bit. So stay on the lookout for that. And folks, enjoy the video. In the bottom right now, in the red, he is the former world champion. He is Byun. And the upper left, the flag carrier of the Protoss race for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It's herO. Wow. Should have said flag bearer. The flag carrier. Well, I guess if he does play carrier style. There we go. That counts, right? So Nish is a wonderful human, and he does stuff for my TikTok. I'm not the biggest TikTok fan, but it is a wonderful growth platform. And he said, yeah, you know, I like making TikTok content, so I'll edit some of your stuff together, which is fantastic. But occasionally TikTok will send me emails, and they'll say, you know, they like you. They really like you. And it's like, you got 1 like. Well done. Okay. The algorithm working there not only to get people to stay on the app as consumers, but also to stay on the app as creators. I swear, like, if you upload something for the first time in a bit, and then, like that first video only, it will get over 1,000 views, if it's any sort of quality. And then everything else is like, okay, well, it's gonna normalize back to whatever you would get, but that first video, it's like YouTube for whatever reason. YouTube Shorts, I can't speak to YouTube in general. But it feels like if I do upload something after being inactive for a little bit, it says, oh yeah, we'll give you a lot of views. Hey, External Punch, thanks so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. It's a real one too. Not that I don't like Prime Gaming, but Twitch cares about real ones more for terms like, well, partnership is just some base metrics, but I don't know. Anyways, where are we at in this game? herO, he's going to Stargate. That actually doesn't surprise me all that much. He's been going heavy Oracle pressure in games in general, but in this game, that seems a bit problematic because this is a 3 racks play from Byun. You can tell, you can know it's that because it's the way it is. 3 barracks in the main base, and Stargate play against 3 racks is generally just not very good. It's not horrible because if you scout it ahead of time, you send the Phoenix in, you say, okay, well, I see 3 Raxes, I'm going to drop some static defense, I'm going to warp in more things, or I'm going to build more stuff out of my gateways, and I'll be fine. I'm just going to cut away at my Phoenix count for a little bit. But if you just go straight 5, 6, 7 Phoenix, you will not be able to hold the inordinate amount of Marines that show up in the main. Man, but I cannot believe we still have the doodads on maps. Like, I understand they're nice, they're funky and they look fun, but anyone who plays the game hates them with a burning passion. Yes, sad Jesu. Default server is NA, but if both players agree, it will move to another server. So, like, if it's Geralt versus Max Pax in the semis or something, which has happened, same way. But here comes some stalkers from herO. He's trying to be a little bit aggressive now. That's interesting. Of course, infinite micro abilities. There's that one Marine. He's like, be careful, herO. I'm threatening you. Don't do it. But man, if herO runs up this ramp, he's going to be in for a rude awakening. Stim's not yet done. Okay, so Phoenix are going to give high ground vision, and oh yeah, run away, herO. Now he knows what's happening. Now he knows what this game state is if he did not know already. More Phoenix are getting added in. Gateways as well, but we need to see, yeah, shield battery in the wall. But I worry this may be just a little bit too little, too late. There we go. Second shield battery, but we're going to need to see a second pylon. Oh, no, that is the second pylon. Okay, so second pylon as well, so it will not be depowered that easily. More stalkers get warped in. There's a sentry here to just keep things out for as long as possible. These Phoenix are pretty much useless. I wouldn't even mind seeing them just harassing in the main base, but there we go. We're gonna see a probe go down. Byun, where does he look to move? Does he move into the third base? Does he move into the natural? Natural will be the call. The shield battery overcharge is popped. Byun just targeting it down, and now there's no shield battery. We needed to see two of them. Probe's gonna get pulled here. Phoenix lifting as many Marines as possible, but this is just what happens if you don't see that it is a 3-Rex play. The Phoenix cannot lift enough. Bio eventually gets taken out, but not before killing a bunch of workers and other units. So yeah, Byun does have this get cleaned up, but he has up 5 workers on a Protoss player. He has killed a bunch of Phoenix in this next rally. Well, it seems like it's going to be mostly undetected. He gets some. Okay, a Marine goes down on the backside, but this next rally across, there are 4 Stalkers, 2 Zealots, and I don't know, that should be able to fight this. But the bio, the question is, when does Byun stim? Because without medevacs, that is what we're looking at. Looks like for now he's just going to back on home. He's going to at least bring his army together. So the Phoenix, again, just sharking around, but they don't have a lot of utility. They will be able to, hey, that's nice. They're going to be able to deny this third base that was built on location because Byun understands just the level of map control that he has in this game. That's really the big deal here. He got a lot of damage done early, which means this army is rather difficult to deal with. So he can take his third base on location. And of course, if you go this 3-Rex timing, one of the benefits of it is, yeah, maybe sure some things are delayed. Medevacs for certain are delayed compared to a 3-1-1. But you get your third base much faster compared to that 3-1-1 timing. And still your +1 is at a decent time, your concussive shells and everything like that. But here comes the next push of Byun. He's up double the army supply of herO. He's got 2 medevacs, so it's not just stim for stim for stim. Suddenly the army is dead. Well, he's going to be able to secure that a little bit more. Phoenix on the left side trying to make something happen here, but Byun stimming in now. Concussive shells make it so hard for this army to fight the Phoenix. They're not going to get much of anything here. And yeah, there's a shield battery overcharge, in fact. It does get popped, but Byun, he's just targeting individual units down. And shield battery, it's doing a good job, but there's only so much that it can do. And Byun says, well, yeah, it's time for me to find my way into the third base here because there's not a lot of defense here right now. I'm just going to sit on the edge of things. The Phoenix falls. And herO has no place in this game. He is trying. He's doing his level best. But, folks, Byun, his EPT career results, not incredible. EPT NA, though, he's up 1-0. In the bottom left, he's up 1, and he made it look easy. His name is Byun. In the upper right, his opponent for Dragon Venus Gaming. Put your hands together, folks. He's herO. So, what does Byun do this game? We've seen series. You might look at this and say, well, 3-Racks is a once-a-series type of thing, but this man's Byun. And while he maybe didn't invent this build, he certainly has innovated upon it. He has been one of the biggest proponents of this style of Terrans in the world. It's like him and Clem. And Byun actually has a build which we don't see very often, where he goes 2-Rack stem, and he gets like 230 third base, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, but also doesn't at the same time because it's so greedy, but it has so many early units that it's like, how in the world is this fair? But it can be kneecapped before it gets really off the ground, and also it really hurts in upgrades. It really hurts in tech. So if you're able to survive this swell of stuff, Protoss players can win just by having, say, 3 Colossus, and it's like, okay, Byun, you have 60 Marines, but what do I care? My Colossus have range, and they annihilate you. It's a lot of fun. So here we're just trying to be annoying. Byun pantomiming that he's taking the low ground command center, but he's just going high ground, and This one is not going to be that 3-1-1, at least not for right now. Factory on the way, which most likely means Widowmine drops. There's a world where this could be Hellion play, and the interesting thing is that Byun is actively keeping the factory away from the scout. He's not putting it near the wall, which does tell us it's probably Widowmine drops because he's not putting it near enough at reactor where it would be, say, reactored Hellions, something like that. So Reaper on the low ground is really not going to get too much here for Byun. And herO, once again, he's moving to Stargate. Stargate makes a lot of sense on this map. That's a lot of data space. It's a big map, but Byun actually is doing something pretty cool here. First of all, Cyclone, that's whatever. But Byun's going for a 2-1-1. Going for like the 6-minute stim timing build. This is similar to the idea that Ryung went for when he killed every single Protoss in Katowice. But look at just how obnoxious the cheeky Protoss is. He says, yeah, let me pylon block your natural. Oh, herO, that's just cruel. That's unacceptable. That, like, you mean to say you can build disruptors and you can block a natural from going down? This is wrong. But anyway, combat shield is on the way. Oracle flying onto the other side of the map, and of course Oracle's against Terran. Maybe not the best, but hey, that's gonna be nice. Reaper defense, it is now down, but there are a decent amount of Marines. This is a 2-Rex. And he has been reacting out Marines for a while. So 3 Adepts in the natural. Oracle looks to maybe fly into the main base. With Cyclone and these Marines, the Adepts are not going to be able to get too much done. They cancel their shade, but the wall's up. So Oracle into the main base now. Not a lot here to defend just yet. There's a second Cyclone, though. That will have to be enough, and the Adepts fall. So at the end of the day, I think that was 1 worker. Yeah, 1 SCV, 3 Marines for the cost of 3 Adepts. Really not worth it. Really not worth it there for herO. And Byun's going to 3. Ew, interesting. He's adding a 3rd barracks. That was a 2-1-1 idea, but this is really the Ryung build. Okay. So Oracle flies into the natural. A second SCV falls. But folks, there's a reason that you don't. Oracles are not as good against Terran as they are against every other race. It takes 3 ticks of damage for an Oracle to kill an SCV. Which is, of course, why Byun is, or herO has opted for the triple Oracle style. Okay. I'm about it. And this actually can get really interesting because we can see the Oracles, if there are not enough Marines, they dive in on top of the Marines. And then it becomes really snowbally. We're going to have to see now as the Oracles fly their way into the natural, running out of energy. And I don't think they got all that much. Maybe another SCV, couple more Marines. This is just not working out for herO all that well. Oh, Cyclone's going to find the low Oracle, get a good lock on. And no, it got the high one, but a little bit more damage. Oh, it's going to kill it. It's going to kill it. Dead Oracle. And one last lock on it is going to have to be a recall. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it gets out just barely. My goodness. No game sound. How dare I? I swear, Stream Elements sometimes just decides, or not Stream Elements, my Stream Deck just decides to hate me. I toggle off game sound for the player intro music because it just gets weird to have StarCraft music and all that at the same time. And then technically, as I hit both intros, it should toggle sound back on after the second one. And very occasionally, it just says, no, you don't do that. Like, okay, thanks. But okay, we're going to see Cyclone find his way onto the 3rd base. 2 workers fall. Is it going to be 3? No, just 2. Byun, his stim is just about done. Combat shields as well. Does he have a starport? He does. It really, this is going to be a version of a 3-1-1 that just hits a little bit faster. And I don't know that herO is necessarily going to be prepared for it. He's got stock, he's got that Oracle, but losing 2 of them for really minimal gain does make it a lot harder. Make it a lot harder for herO to make this defense happen. His gateway's finishing up now. Blink as well. But Byun, again, he's just doubling the army supply of herO. He has +1 done. He has just about everything you would want. Combat shields +1, or combat shields +1 stim, concussive shells, all that. And as these medevacs zoom across the map, it's not even like it's a standard stim timing where you don't want to spend stim. This one, well, it actually can get healed up here. So the army of Byun, 17 in the lead, is going to try to really just knock this 3rd base down quick as you please. herO has a proxy gateway on the other side, but we're gonna have to see whether that one even matters, because here comes the bio of Byun. There is actually no stack defense at this third base, so Byun says, yeah, here we go. I guess there's one shield battery, but he stims in. We're gonna see a couple workers die. That force field is really not doing much of anything. herO's trying to do what he can to knock these Marauders down, because those are the important part of this army more than anything else. Cyclone is just gonna run into the natural okay, and it looks like Byun is actually going to be rebuffed here just a little bit. Impressive hold from herO thus far, but yeah, it looks like Byun's not really rallying that much more, but 9 workers have fallen, and that should be the extent of it. Stalkers going forward, but they will not be able to get these medevacs. And 13 workers have it. This Cyclone. This Cyclone has how many kills? No, it didn't click on it in time. But that Cyclone got like 10 worker kills. What the hell, Byun? That should not happen. But here we got pressure coming in from herO. He doesn't have a big army supply lead, but he says maybe I can make something happen here. The answer is he can't. And here comes the army of Byun once again. He's got some Widow Mines this time, making it a little bit harder for herO to aggressively blink. The Oracle will stay alive, though. And here's the thing. So Byun is just... herO's trying to make it so he can just keep his opponent back and worry away at units, but he's losing far too many Stalkers with that stim. So many Marauders on the field are just a powerful thing indeed. Widow Mines now, they're going to burrow, and they're going to get some... well, one last shot. Okay, they get a Stalker on the backside, but charge lots are going to be enough for right now to keep Byun back. Looks like maybe a Zealot, something ran into the third base. Damaged some SCVs, didn't kill him. And while Byun is in a wonderful spot this game, he can't end the game just yet. And herO's on double Robo Colossus. Byun is transitioning into an anti-charge lot Archon style with really quick ghosts. herO may be able to bamboozle Byun in this game, getting up to really quick 4 Colossus against just a bunch of bio on the ground. That's a good way to do it. That is a fantastic way to fight the style that Byun is going for, but we're going to have to see. So certainly he's going to find this gateway on the right side, or on the left side. He's going to find a couple Zealots as well. That's always nice. Zealot, or War Prism, excuse me. Yeah, Zealot War Prism finds its way into the natural here, but Byun should be close enough with his rally that I don't think this is going to get too much done, but Byun also understands he's got to be a little bit wary now, because War Prism, with it being out, it does constitute some problems, and hey, Byun's going to kill an SCV. That's unfortunate, but on the flip side, he's going to find... oh, wait a minute here. Great force fields. Byun is not paying attention, so these Colossus are free-firing. A lot of Byun's army just falls. herO's down 20 army supply, but he has a lot of effective army supply here that Byun really does not have. War Prism into the main base. A bunch of Zealots warp in there. herO, he says this is a timing that is going to work out pretty damn well for him. Extended Thermal Lance not done yet, so the Colossus can still trade shots with the Marauders, or Marauders can still trade shots with the Colossus. At the very least, we're going to see some, well, supply depots go down. War Prism looks like it was dealt with for the most part. Single Zealot remains in the main base. Okay. But 4 Colossus are on the field now, and we don't really have Vikings. We have, well, soon to be 2. Oh, and a War Prism, or in the medevac goes down too. Very nice there, herO. Now Widow Mines go off, and more supply depots go down, and this one matters a lot because Byun is now supply block for a second. More Zealots warp in. A couple EMPs get spent, but not all of them. And remember, Colossus against Liberators are surprisingly good because they outrange the Liberators. You can actually fight without the Colossus falling into trouble. And yeah, sure, there are disruptors added on now. They're not as good, but the army stumps forward and says, okay, well, that is actually not all that fun. It looks like Widow Mines... yeah, Widow Mine found its way into the 4th base from the rally just there. Widow Mine shot onto the full center of the army. herO tries to blink that out. It's not successful. But herO's just looking for an opportunity. There we go. Blinks on top of this army. Liberators fall. Disruptors are actually going to go down here. Byun, he's splitting this beautifully. And now here the Vikings, the bio stimming forward. 1 Colossus falls. 2, 3, make it 4. Byun, he makes this hold happen. herO thought he had a timing, and that timing is just not there anymore. 63 army supply to 12. And it got dicey for a moment, folks. But herO... he's been slapped back, his army back into the Stone Age. He's not allowed to do what he's been trying to do this entire game. And Widow Mines, once again, finding a little bit more value. Disruptor defensively means it will not be there for the actual defensive push. Viking finds this Colossus. Marauders actually cannot shoot up. So Byun is going to have to be careful about that one. But there we go. The Widowmine shot on the backside knocks the Colossus down. Well, knocks the Warp Prism and gets the Colossus as well. With Disruptor falls as well. Byun, there's nothing stopping this man anymore. His micro is too damn good. It is too damn spicy. This fourth base will fall. And sure, the bio is pretty heavily in the red and the orange, but there is nothing to really take advantage of it. For Stalkers, nah, not really. Snipes even on some Zealots because that sounds like a fun time. Disruptor shot, it gets a little on the backside, but the second one falls, and Byun splits it pretty good. He is limit testing in the extreme. He's doing a great job of killing these Disruptors before they land. And this army's pretty damn low. So Byun is going to have to wait for his next rally to really find his way on in. But there we are. More Marauders to join the fray. More Vikings land just to deal with the Zealots and the Stalkers. They're actually surprisingly good. But herO will not die here. It really felt like he was. But it's glittering ashes, and that does count for a lot. Byun also in the chaos, he forgot +2 attack. So we've got +2 attack, +3 armor on the way as Byun owns the high ground, trying to catch these Stalkers, and looks like they will not be bamboozled. Byun now on 4 bases. He's up 23 workers. And a base. And just a lot of money. Oop. What? Why is that zooming? Oh, I have none luck. Sorry. Getting back to the game. Byun stimming in now. And Shield Battery Overcharge. Colossus should be enough to deal with this. There are not a lot of Vikings. There's really only 2, but Byun says, I don't care about that one. You just don't have enough stuff here. Bio stims forward. Disruptor shot. Oh my goodness. Widowmines as well. Byun is going to be forced back here, losing a Widowmine or losing a Medevag as well. That's not what you want. And if you look at income here, I mean, Byun is massively ahead in income, but he's actually built himself a bit of a bank. He doesn't have the production for it just yet, it looks like. So sitting here on 1,000 minerals means that rampant, unchecked economy is not something that he really can leverage just yet. Eventually, sure. But not just yet. And so Disruptor running forward, trying to knock these Widow memes down. Oh, please tell me he snipes the Colossus. I don't think that's ever a thing, but okay, there we go. Or Observer goes down. Byun trying to stem on the high ground here. EMP's onto the army. Disruptor falls to start. And Byun has his 5th base done. It's not on location just yet. This Widowmine, by the way, this is the same one that killed the Warp Prism, I think. No, it's only got 3 kills. Another one just like it. Its brother. Do Widowmines have brothers or sisters? Siblings? They are robots. Do we believe they have the blessing, the curse ascension? I don't know. Byun though scans up the upper left, says, herO, how are you still in this game? Did you have a hidden base? And herO says, no, I've just been trading well. Well enough. Not necessarily well. Byun aggressive on the north side. Where is this army? It is only 2 Colossus. 3rd one adding in now, but the Vikings are going to take high ground position, and Byun looking to stim in once again. Disruptors, though, are going to be enough to force him back. He's not going to lose any ghosts, and that's kind of what herO was fishing for. Well, really fishing for anything. Archon, though, it does fall, and we're going to see a pylon go down here. Still battery overcharge means it doesn't really matter anymore. Byun! Woo-hoo-hoo. He's going to pick up. He's going to save most of his army from that Disruptor shot. Again, limit testing there. We see Colossus go down. Second Colossus falls, but it's not a lot of army for Byun left just yet. In terms of supply, yes. In terms of army right here, not really, but it's going to be enough. The army rolling on forward. Each unit with its own personal healer. There's just not enough tech, not enough of anything for herO in this game anymore. Disruptor shot will not land, and that is a 2-0 lead for Byun. In the upper right now, in the blue, he's down 2. Can he make the comeback happen? He's herO. In the bottom left, in the red, he's up 2. It's Byun. Byun just had this 3 racks idea, this aggressive bio idea. Every game in the series thus far. It's only 2 games, but every game. And I don't know what happened when they played in EPT Korea semifinals. That happened on Saturday. I barely missed out on the games. The replays are sitting in a DM from a caster that did it, and I will eventually cast them and put them on YouTube. I had plans to do it Sunday, but then I just didn't sleep Saturday night. I felt it was best to probably, especially if I'm doing recorded content, to not do it when I have literally no sleep. It's not the best way to play the game. Or not the best way to put out the best product possible. We'll put it that way. But I do know that Byun did 2-1 herO. And this is a rematch, so I'm curious. And I haven't seen the game, so I can't really tell you. But I'm curious as to how much those games are influencing the build order choices in this series. We've seen some Stargate openers from herO, and I mean, the fact that his Oracles got nothing done last game is somewhat surprising. Because he actually has some really good Oracle micro, and that triple Oracle style that I've seen him play, it has killed a lot of Terrans, including Byun. But herO has seemed a little bit sloppy tonight. Also, he's looked brilliant. That hold versus Zest was actually, what am I saying? I was thinking of Creator. That one, yeah, I've cast a lot of Protoss tonight, so I just picked the wrong one out of a hat to remember what's happening. But Byun is going for a pretty aggressive opener this game. He's got barracks and a factory before his command center. And it looks like it will be for some sort of Hellion drops. Do we have an SCV on the map? No, we don't. So we should see a starport kicking up rather soon. 4 Hellions into that one. And we're going to have to see just how much damage Byun is able to get done. herO, for his part, I like this. If there was ever a game where herO has a build order advantage, okay. 2 Hellions into Widow Mines. Also a build, also a possibility, and now he canceled the Widow Mines. I'm saying I really like this build because, well, any sort of drop play early on, Phoenix just really handled it super easily. But, okay, so Cyclones. Marines out of the tech lab. This is a new one for me. I don't think I've seen Byun do this before. But 2 additional barracks go down. Oh, it's the mind games. It's still just a 3-max play. This is actually so cool. Because herO looks up. He says, okay, look, I don't see a base. I saw that factory. Okay. Let's take a look at what herO has seen in this game. He saw the factory. He knows there's barracks. And he saw the factory reactoring out things. He says, okay, this is probably a Hellion drop. Maybe a Widow Mine drop. Something like that. So herO says, okay, well, yeah, I'm just going to open Phoenix. That makes a lot of sense. And what does Byun do? He immediately swaps over. 2 additional barracks. He's going for a stim timing. And we're going to have to see whether herO is ready. Because herO has dropped more gateways. He is going up to 3 gates with these Phoenix. We don't see a Twilight, so this is not some sort of weird charge lot Phoenix timing. It's some sort of weird Phoenix charge lot all in. But he will have an additional gateway compared to what you normally would have to defend against the rampant aggression of Byun. I'm really curious to see how this one works out, folks. This is a interesting as hell style. Like the mind games from Byun in this game are brilliant. But it feels like maybe herO is peering and pulling back the curtain just enough to keep himself a little bit safer. And certainly now, as he says, wait a minute, no Hellions have arrived. There's no drop. I haven't seen any Widow Mines. He is going to put 2 and 2 together that something is different. Something's just a little bit off. But notice he is keeping his Phoenix at home regardless. And that's already a benefit because herO thinks that this is going to be some sort of Hellion drop. Or maybe Widow Mine drop, whatever it is. He keeps his Phoenix at home. And that does mean that he will not be able to scout what Byun is doing. On the flip side, Byun doesn't necessarily know that this is Phoenix play. So he may be able to sweep in there with a lot of Phoenix and hit that weird timing. So you just have a lot of Phoenix and they're super successful. But Hellion into the natural now. And this is, of course, the one from earlier. It's going to get a scout. Says, okay, a depth's warping in. But here come the Phoenix onto the other side of the map. herO finally realizing that he does not need to keep them at home. He's going to try to find some value. And what are we at? We're at 15 Marines for 6 Phoenixes with 2 Cyclones. That should be more than enough to defend as long as they're clumped together. If they're spread out everywhere, that is absolutely something that herO can look to punish. But for now, the Phoenix dive in the main base. Good lock-ons from these Cyclones already. They're going to knock 1 Phoenix down. They're going to knock 2 Phoenix down pretty damn quickly. And sure, we see some SCVs fall on the back end, but that is really not worth it. 3 workers for a Phoenix. Okay, well, that last one survives. 3 workers for 2 Phoenix and maybe 2 Marines. Oh, 5 Marines. Okay, that's something. Medevacs are on the way, +1 on the way. This is really just going to be your 3-1-1 timing from Byun. Weird way to get there. What Open Cup is that Adorable Dreams. This is the ESL Open Cup North America. So ESL runs 3 Open Cups every week. One for technically the Asian region, but for Korea. One for North America and one for Europe, where they put up $400 in EPT points. So these just happen every week. They're not a necessarily lead into any tournament. Although as we saw for Katowice last year, herO qualified to Katowice off his EPT points. He won like 5 or 6 EPT cups in a row in December, January, and that was how he qualified because he was just on the cusp. Anyway, Byun, now it's time for his aggressive option to get moving out here on the map. He's almost going to get the Warp Prism, but it will survive for now. And this is not a game where Byun has a massive army supply lead. In fact, herO on the back end of this, he already has himself a disruptor, which means Byun's got to be very careful. No, great splits, Byun, my God, around that force field. He's going to be pretty fine here now. Shield Battery Overcharge is doing what it can, but this is just going to be a dead disruptor. Well, actually, it's going to get saved, but it's not going to be able to do anything here. Phoenix arriving now. There's not a lot of anti-air, but the army on the ground is starting to fall here for herO. Byun taking a fantastic fight. My God, those splits were incredible. And the Phoenix, yeah, they're lifting things, but there's nothing really to kill the things that they're lifting because all the Stalkers are dead. Probes getting pulled, 10 workers fall. Byun looking for an insurmountable advantage in this game, and he's looking like he's starting to fight it. Now, a Colossus arrives here, and that is something for the Marauders. Hey, that's a free Colossus. It's free real estate. Let's get on top of it. Marauders, eventually they will fall because there's just not enough here, but the rally actually, wait a minute here. The Stalkers are starting to die. Charge plus, though. That's what you're looking for. Okay, so one Colossus very low. Medevac will fall, but Byun just knocked down all the Phoenix. It's a low Warp Prism. It's a low Colossus. He killed 10 workers. He's still up. He's still down to workers, though. And yes, it does mean that anyone can join as well for ESL Open Cup. But here comes the push from herO. And that was razor thin margin for breaking here, but now I think herO's just going to deny this space. Widowmine on top of the Zealots, great shot, gets the Stalker as well. It gets it very low. We don't have any anti-Colossus tech though, so this one Colossus is going to constitute a major problem here. Zealots run forward, but hey, Widowmines, they're going to knock most of them down. Vikings starting to hit the field, and this is such a scrappy game. These armies are vanishingly small. Army supply leads trading themselves back and forth, back and forth. Looks like this third base will complete as the Vikings continue to run forward, but we do have Stalkers on the backside now and adding a little bit more strength, anti-Viking play to this army. But here comes the army running forward. Widowmines, big shots on those Widowmines. The Vikings, they still find the way to stay alive. The Colossus falls, and now this army cannot fight, but there's a second Colossus here. Wait a minute. Well, we see the Warp Prism fall down, though, and that means these Stalkers are dead. It means this Colossus may fall down as well. Marauders trying to get on top of it. Of course, we do have the range, and that means the Stalkers, they're going to try to buffer as long as they can, but the Colossus is the last remaining unit here. Biostimming forward, not a lot of energy left in these medevacs, but the Colossus is starting to fall. It's going to go down just barely. The tech of herO reset in this game. Once again, Widowmine's not really going to get much of a shot. In fact, Byun, the generous man that he is able to kill. It does allow that Zealot to survive at the end of the day. Where are we? Resources lost. Oh, man, that got scary for Byun. He almost lost that third base. But he has traded 3,000 resources to the better. He has his third base up now. His income differential, not terrible. In fact, with mules, he is mining more right now. He's got a Ghost Academy on the way. He has his 1-1 upgrades. And by a razor-thin margin, he's been able to maintain his advantage in this game. It was so close to Byun breaking herO, and then so damn close to herO breaking Byun as Widowmine drops on the other side. Now the income is truly equalized. And that one advantage that herO had in this game, the fact that he had about 10 more workers, it's not there anymore. Now he's going to have to rely on this Colossus play, and Byun still does not have a lot of Vikings. So that is certainly something. Widowmine's on these... Widowmines on the Zealots once again, finding value. And Byun is actually not really building Vikings. He's going into medevacs. And I mean, that's good. I mean, Byun is a drop-heavy turn player. The Widowmine drop is not going to get anything. Widowmine survives. But Byun does have his fourth base on the way. Ghosts joining the field now, enhanced shockwaves, so these Zealots are really going to be paper. Also, the rest of the army, but really you get it to deal with the Zealots. And, of course, the Disruptors, eventually you EMP them, and it's a lot easier for Byun to just to stim them down. But herO does have his fourth base on the way. It looks like a Widowmine drop on the other side, but good splits there. Byun actually is going to unburrow. He says, you know what, even if I lose this Widowmine, the mining time at this point is worth more than killing a worker, and Stalker's blink forward. You know, great target fire. That's a dead Stalker. That is I believe he got a sentry as well. We don't have Observer Plus. That's unfortunate. I believe we got a Sentry as well. And that is rather nice. But herO, he's quietly building himself a supply lead. Or not a supply lead, excuse me. An upgrade lead. The armory just now completing for Byun. So herO has +2. He has +3 on the way. He's adding a second robo. And herO's going to... Oh, Byun, be careful. And he will notice in time Stark is going forward. One medevac is going to get low, but that's going to be just about it. Byun, he's kind of trapped in a corner now, but also, hey, he's going to be able to scan this out. Drop the bio, go for a big flank, or he's just going to get out. Okay. He escapes. Doesn't find the value, but also does not lose 4 medevacs worth of units, which would be absolutely disastrous. Byun, my boy, he has +1 armor, and he has building armor. Not +2 attack, a building armor. Byun has long been... Adorable Dreams, I do upload them on YouTube. Got him. Byun has had issues with his upgrades in the past. He likes to forget one of them, and when he goes for 2-2. But I don't think I've ever seen him get building armor instead of +2 attack. This is a new one for me, and the game is close enough. I mean, it is a Byun advantage, but this game is close enough that that may be enough to pull herO back into this game. His 5th base, I don't know that this one completes, but oh, good EMPs on the army on the left side. Byun's army moving forward again. He doesn't have a lot of anti-Colossus tech, so he's just trying to take the fight on the ground, micro backwards against things. Widowmines are going to get some pretty decent shots. Here's the Stalkers. They blink forward. Disruptor shot not really going to land. The Vikings are of Byun's army. Not really there. A second fantastic Widowmine. And now Byun, does he look to re-engage here with the army so damn low? Hey, he's got building armor, so he can at least retreat to a planetary, I guess. Oh, man, that hurts. And now we have a recall on the other side because Byun, he's got an army here. The recall arrives now. Byun's got to back up, run away. Doesn't really get much with this one. Supplies are starting to normalize. Resources lost is still 3K in Byun's favor. The supplies are starting to normalize, and this army that herO has is absolutely a comeback army. And here comes the army of herO. He actually has an army supply lead. He's going to blink on top of these Vikings. They're not going to get any shots off. Byun, how good are your splits? They're actually going to be pretty good, but it's not going to be good enough. Byun's army is 69. Nice. And herO, what a freaking comeback in this game. Number 3, Disruptors. They are everything. He's going to be able to take this one in spades. Infantry armor just about done, but not done yet. And +1 is damn far away. Building armor does not save you in this game, Byun. Not at all. Disruptor shots on top of these SCVs, on top of the army that looks to just run away. The middle turrets will not kill these Colossus, although they are doing damage. The Vikings doing what they can. 22 workers have fallen. 162 supply to 87. And that is it. There is no coming back from this game, folks. I mean, I thought that early on when herO had the disadvantage, but I think we can safely say this one, all the disruptor shots at once. Byun split well, but not well enough, and that building armor it's come back to bite him. 4 workers have died, and the Widowmine drop on the other side, but what are 4 workers to a command center, to an orbital? I mean, it's taking a little longer to die. Building armor is nice. Ghosts trying to snipe down Zealots from the high ground. That's not something I've ever seen, and I'm not sure it's something I will ever see again. But Byun is trying real hard. I think he understands just how much of a throw this was, and I try not to come down hard on pro players. I mean, they're doing so much things, but this one was a throw. Byun had so much more, but he decided to go medevacs instead of Vikings. Disruptor shots, and once again, Byun's going to try to make something happen. But look at the backside. It's all exploding. Nice round balls explode the backside of Byun's army. And herO, he's got a map now. It's a series. It's 2-1 Byun. In the upper right now, in the red, he's up 2-1 off of a devastating loss in game 3. He's Byun. In the bottom left, in the blue, he's down 1, but he's made 1 comeback happen. Let's see if he can play a more even game this time. He's herO. Does herO fall victim to the idea of Stargate opener for a 4th game in a row? It seems like a good idea, then Byun just bamboozles him. But where does Byun go? I mean, Byun has had the same idea for 4 games in a row, or 3 games in a row, and to be totally honest, he should have won that 3rd game. Looking at resources lost, looking at income, looking at everything but the game ending, he really should have won that game. And I mean, building armor is a great upgrade. Get it with high-sec auto-tracking at 30 minutes into your game when you have planetaries and missile turrets everywhere, and you're really trying to secure your late-game position. And yes, Marty V. Byun, I will be on the A stream tomorrow with Cats and a Muslim. Zombie Grub is the host. On the one hand, I'm very excited. On the other hand, imposter syndrome is going to be a thing. We gotta like put that one in a. I don't know if y'all seen Book of Mormon, but you just gotta put that one in a box and crush it. All the idea is so I can actually cast well. But I will be doing it for DreamHack North America and Europe. And then I'll be on a stream for the second to last day of the tournament, June 4th. With, I believe, Steadfast for that day and one other caster. I'm not sure who it is. That's going to be a lot of fun, too. It's going to be the day before my birthday, and that's a great way to celebrate your birthday, right? Cast StarCraft on the main stream. I'm going to try to see whether I can convince DreamHack to let me put on a birthday hat. Wear that the entire day. Have a little, you know, the little party horns. I think that's the goal. And then I need to, in the vein of all StarCraft streamers, on my birthday, I need to have like some sort of drunken StarCraft stream. I don't really stream myself playing StarCraft, so I'm not sure what I do with that. And it's going to be during the final day of DreamHack, so I don't know. Anyways, herO has once again opened Phoenix Play, but this time, finally, he has won the mind game. Oh, finally. He's been searching for it for 4 games now. But finally, he has the positive build order. It's Phoenix Play versus a Widowmine drop. And that's exactly what you're looking for herO. 100%. As the cool kids say, 100p. I don't know if that's what the cool kids say, but I'm going to go for it. I said it, and I think I'm a cool kid. There we go. Adept, though, looking for a scout. Says, okay, these are Marines, but it's not more Marines than you would expect at this stage in the game, so it's kind of fine there. Where are the Phoenix of Byun? That is, or of herO? That is the big question. Sitting in the main base, herO just prepared to defend this aggression. And Byun, okay, Reaper finds its way in the main base. Maybe trying to bait out some Phoenix, but it's not going to be successful in that endeavor. Not going to kill anything. Widowmine drop on the bottom side. Phoenix rotate over, but they don't need to. And now here's the drop. Byun not doing anything with it just yet. Adept will not complete a shade. Looks like herO might be... You're thinking herO might get distracted there. And go for it, but there it is. One more Phoenix on the way. Looks like Byun wants to go for a 3-1-1 timing with Raven this time, so he'll be able to shut down any Colossus play. And this will be Phoenix Colossus from herO. But the problem with that Raven idea is once this drop gets dealt with, and Byun is being incredibly patient with it, once that drop gets dealt with, the Phoenix are just going to hunt this Raven down. And unless Byun has just perfect positioning, and even at the top level, we don't see that all that often. It feels like Terrans do fall victim to this a decent amount. The Raven dies, and then that's just a lot of gas that you've committed to things that are not going to be able to do much of anything in this game. But interestingly enough, okay, no, Byun's not moving out with that one. Okay, Widowmine drop, inches forward. Byun's like a cat. He sees a mouse, he sees a toy, and he's wiggling his butt. He's waiting to pounce, but he's not going just yet because the mouse has not run away just enough. It hasn't triggered that prey instinct quite yet, so his butt's wiggling here. The medevac just sitting there ready, but not yet. Third base on the way for herO. Byun, of course, getting his upgrades. This is going to be that 7:30 timing. A little bit later. Byun made a second Reaper, I guess, and hey, it scouts at third base. That's about it. But man, the patience here from herO to not move out with his Phoenix. is actually really impressive. I don't know if he smells something off, but the patience here to not do anything, not to move the Phoenix across the map, is actually fantastic. But it looks like he's not going to do anything with it just yet. And at this point, the name of the game is Byun's going to do a Widowmine drop as the push happens. But the imperative on this push doing damage is just even higher now, because the Widowmine drop that Byun committed to early has really done nothing. So this push has to find value, the Widowmine drop has to find value, or herO will continue to find himself in a wonderful position in this game. We're actually going to go down now. Push is happening in earnest. We are on 2 Colossus, so even only 1 will get disabled. I don't think we have enough energy for 2. Well, actually, no, we do. Okay. So 2 Colossus will be able to get disabled here. Viking or Phoenix, excuse me, running on forward, but here comes the Widowmine drop. Byun's been patient for 7 minutes. We're going to have to see whether herO is prepared to deal with this one. The answer is no. Byun's going to get maximum damage here. 12 workers pay the price. And now the Phoenix, they run back. They say, how the hell did that get there? And the answer is Byun's had that since the 3-minute mark. I think we Widowmine's fall, but now at this point, Byun doesn't even really need to get a lot of damage from the push because he killed 12 workers. He's very happy. And we talk about Byun winning or losing the mind game war. Well, herO technically won it by build order. And then Byun won it anyways because he's that good. Okay, the Phoenix on the other side of the map. Now they say, oh, your drop has been dealt with, so I can go delay the... Actually, he's not going to delay the base, but I can go find a lot of damage here. 3, 4, 5 workers will die. Make it 6, make it 7 or 8. The drop of the natural, though, herO's not exactly positioned to defend this. 8 workers go down for Byun, sure. But herO's going to lose some on his own, and a drop stimming on in to the third base. Byun is making it look like herO does not have... He's massively down in army supply. He's not, folks. This is actually pretty even, and Byun, he's channeling the Bolt of Hold. The third base falls. Next is Sniper in the extreme. The Phoenix, where even are they? They are not anywhere useful whatsoever. Now they're going to try to chase this army, but there is no charge. So they can't really... The Phoenix is going to try to get the medevacs down at the very least. Cyclones is looking for a lock on. They're going to get something. Phoenix not with the lift. This drop is still finding value. 5, 6 workers have died, and now herO's pretty much all in. He's lost his third base. His economy's not really where it wants to be. He's got +1 air, which is cool if the game was going to go any later, which I don't think it will be here. Both Colossus get disabled, and now here comes the army of Byun stimming in. Third Colossus joins the fight, but I mean, 2 Colossus dying here already. Phoenix are trying to do what they can, and actually a lot of these Marines fall, so the Phoenix are rather unimpeded. Byun's supply is not incredible now. And there's still 1 Colossus on the field. More Phoenix getting added in this all-in. Can herO punch through, or does Byun have it? The Ghosts are getting added, which is actually really nice. You're able to EMP the Phoenix and really remove their utility from the fight. EMP on top of this army. Now Byun looking to stim on in here. He's going to get on top of the Colossus. And that may just be it. Phoenix are trying to lift what they can. More Stalkers join this fight. But we're at the point where it's really small army supplies, and the personal healers from this army of Byun are going to really take that, and that's it, folks. Byun with the 3-1 victory. He takes the series, and yeah, sure, herO took a game, but Byun looked dominant as hell.